I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. This is a review for the murder at Castle Nathria. So, for all of you who don't know, there was actually a murder at the castle. Kind of a whodunit. So, I'm going to go over my evidence about who I think the actual culprit is. I'm most likely wrong. I probably am wrong. But if for whatever reason I am right, or you don't want this spoiled, or you want to figure it out yourself, this might not be the video for you. However, if you are interested in who I think done it, hang on and I'll go through my evidence. So this is the murder at Castle Nathria. Who actually committed the murder? Let's start off with the suspects that we can immediately eliminate off our list. First off, we're going to eliminate every single neutral card that is in the set because they already said that it's going to be one of the 10 class legendaries who actually committed the murder. So neutral is completely off the set. Blizzard already said that. That was already announced. So now let's move to who has the greatest reason not to have done it. So let's start with the one who couldn't have done it, and then we'll move to the likely suspect, and then we'll move to the most likely suspect. So the one who couldn't have done it is going to be Mage, and the reason that Mage couldn't have done it is right here. They had a solid alibi. So Mage had a solid alibi. Next up, so they're completely off the list. Okay? The next one who's completely off the list is going to be Warrior. Warrior is off the list because at the time when everything was going on, there was a riot that they were having. So they're off the list. Next one that is off the list, and for us, is going to be Rogue. Now, Rogue did want to actually do something at the castle, but what they wanted to do was they wanted to kidnap Sire Nathrius. But when they went to go kidnap him, it turned out that they were double-crossed and found him dead. So they had set up to have him actually kidnapped, and then they were double-crossed. So they were out of here. Priest was a known suspect at the time, but it turns out that Priest was just a victim of identity theft. So that eliminates them. Then the next suspect on the list was going to be Druid. And there was some evidence that was found against Druid, but the thing about the evidence is it all tended to be planted evidence. So the next people up on here were going to be Hunter. So Hunter was the next suspect on the list. But it turns out that Hunter did nothing except cause some collateral damage. Which then they found that the next person was Warlock. And Warlock was the next suspect. And all they could find that Warlock was doing was just a little bit of tome tampering. So then they got Shaman to show up. And they brought Shaman in. for a criminal lineup, but then found no actual evidence against them. So the next people who they looked at was Paladin, and when they came up to Paladin, they found that all they were a bunch of muck-born servants. So after all of that, after the riot and the tome tampering and the criminal lineup and the double cross and the identity theft and the solid alibi and the collateral damage and the planet evidence, there is only one more class to go over. And that class was Demon Hunter. And when they went to Demon Hunter, they found that they, and only they, disposed of evidence. So that's where I'm thinking that Demon Hunter is the actual people who killed Sire and Nathria in this whodunit. If you look at all the classes and you look at all the cards, there is basically there is a riot that went on with Warrior, which basically means that they're out of the running. Tome tampering is a maybe. A criminal lineup is a maybe. Double cross basically means that Rogue was trying to do something, but then they got double crossed. Priest had identity theft brought up against them, so they were basically thrown out. Paladin had muckborn servants. There's really nothing in Paladin that says that they did it, but there's nothing that says they didn't do it. But if you look at Paladin, they're mostly the servant class, and that's kind of like saying the butler did it, which would be the lamest resolution to this. Neutral is eliminated straight off the bat. Mage has the best. They have a solid alibi going forward. Hunter might have done it, but if they did it, it was just part of some collateral damage. Rogue is basically removed because of the fact, Druid is basically removed because of the fact that all the evidence that was shown against them happened to be planted evidence. So the only one who actually shows any kind of malicious intent is Demon Hunter, because they disposed of evidence. Look through all the cards, look through all the class cards, look through all the neutral cards, and see if you guys can come up with any other ideas about whodunit. Just remember, this is an actual whodunit, and I do thank you all so much for coming in and watching this one. Thank you all so much, and as always, remember, play for fun.